Welcome to the Time and Sales Window overview. We'll be covering the following topics: the layout of the Time and Sales window, using the Time and Sales window, and the properties that are available. We'll begin with understanding the layout of the Time and Sales window. To select an instrument in the Time and Sales window, please right-click in the Time and Sales window. You'll find an option for instruments to select or search for your instrument. Alternatively, you can left-click in the Time and Sales window and type the name of the instrument directly on your keyboard to open the Overlay Instrument Selector. The Time and Sales display is laid out into two separate sections: the Quotes display and the Time and Sales Grid display. The Quotes fields for bid and ask will display the last price and size for the respective price data. The Time and Sales Grid columns will display time, price, and size for any bid, ask, or last trade events for the selected instrument. The Time and Sales Grid display includes columns that will indicate whether the trade event is the daily high or low, and whether the trade event is a block alert. Now we will focus on using the Time and Sales window. The Quotes display can be disabled by right-clicking in the Time and Sales window and unchecking the Show Quotes option by left-clicking on the option. The prices displayed in the Time and Sales Grid can be selected by right-clicking in the Time and Sales window and selecting Last Bid and/or Ask. The trade event data will be displayed on the Time and Sales Grid in various colors to signify what the trade event is. The colors for the trade events can be changed by right-clicking in the Time and Sales window and selecting Properties. Expand the Colors section by left-clicking on the small arrow to the left of the color's property name. You can now change the various colors of the trade events. Left-click Apply to see the changes and OK to confirm the changes. Options are available for the Time and Sales window by right-clicking in the Time and Sales window. These options include Instruments for instrument selection, Prices displayed, Show Quotes, Always on Top, Show Tabs, Print, Share, and Properties. Columns for the Time and Sales Grid display can be adjusted by left-clicking on the edge of the column and dragging to the left or right. To add an additional tab to the Time and Sales window, please left-click on the plus sign located on the bottom of the Time and Sales window to the right of the current tab. This will duplicate your current instrument into a new tab. The Time and Sales window can be linked to the other windows in NinjaTrader by left-clicking on the Link button on the top right-hand corner of the Time and Sales window and selecting the color for the link. Then select the Link button on your additional windows to be linked and set the color as set in the Time and Sales window. Our final section will focus on the various properties available for the Time and Sales window and their application. To customize the display of your Time and Sales window, you can access the Properties menu by right-clicking in your Time and Sales window and selecting Properties. Block Alert Trade Size allows you to set the minimum size of a trade to be considered a block alert on the Time and Sales Grid. Block Alert Sound offers an option to select a sound file to be played when a block alert is triggered. Maximum items to display will set the maximum number of rows displayed on the Time and Sales Grid. Prices allows you to enable or disable the display of the Ask, Bid, or Last on the grid display. Show Quotes can be disabled to remove the Quotes display fields on the top of the Time and Sales display grid. Size Filter will allow you to set a minimum trade size. Any trade size below this value will not be displayed upon the Time and Sales Grid. Columns will allow you to select the columns you wish to see on the Time and Sales Grid. Properties can be set as presets that can be set and selected via the Preset option located on the bottom right-hand corner of the Properties menu. If at any time you wish to return to the original window settings, you can left-click on the Preset option and select Restore. Thank you for viewing the Time and Sales overview.